Hey everybody, this is Susie Stonefield Miller, and I want to tell you about my New Year's Eve practices that I developed over the past several years that have changed my life and that I want to share with you at my Soul Journey New Year's Eve Creative Retreat. So I have 3 New Year's Eve practices that basically are the things we'll cover in the retreat. The first one is that I take a lot of time to reflect on the old year and go back over what I wanted from that year. And I check in to see what happened, what didn't happen, what was that year full of, what was the juice of that year, how did that work for me, what came of that, how did I feel from that. And I note in that process the places that stuck and the places that didn't, or the places that rubbed me raw, and the things that I forgot about, the things that I wanted, that I asked for, that I was craving way back at the beginning of the year, but somehow, lost track of. And I also noticed the things that I didn't even know I was going to have, didn't know I was going to want, but that happened, that came into my life, and what that was like, what that felt like. But the major focus of this reflection is, what did my year feel like? What did it bring into my life? So the second thing I do for my New Year's Eve practice is I choose a guiding inspiration word for the year, for the coming year. And that has been so amazingly eye-opening and surprising and delightful a practice. One thing I love about it is that you never know what you actually wish for. So you might pick a word, and I would say it's probably impossible to know the full, panoply of possible meanings or influences that word will have in your life. And when you have this word, it's just so great to reflect on the things that happen through the lens of the word you choose. To see, well, how does, I asked for this, I wanted this to inspire me, but seeing that this keeps coming into my life, what does that mean? Did I ask for that? How is that a reflection of my word? When I choose a word for the year, it's like going into a dressing room with a pile of jeans that I want to try on. Well, maybe jeans isn't the best thing because jeans are hard to find that fit just right, But so let's say a pile of shirts. And they're all shirts that look attractive to me, but they're different. They have different characteristics. And I try each one on to see, how does it fit? How does it feel? Does it bring out the color in my cheeks, How do I want to wear it a lot? When I wear it out, do I feel like I'm comfortable in it? Does it feel right on me? That's exactly the process of finding a word for the year. So we gather together words that are calling to us, feelings, intentions, and then start branching off from each one to see, what, if you start with the word flow, what else comes from that word? How about ease, or easy, or comfort, or peace, or contentment? Try those words on and see, is one of those a better fit, actually? And then I do a lot of practices with that word. I journal about it. I make a dream board of it. I do definitely art journal about it. Maybe sometimes I'll make a box or some kind of image that I put on my phone or on my screen as a wallpaper. So I'm constantly reminded of it. And that word then I take with me through the year. It's constantly in front of me as a reminder of what feeling I want to bring into my life, because it feels just so right to be wearing that word. The third thing I do for my New Year's Eve practice is I envision and dream into my new year. And that means I make lists and I journal, and I art journal, and I do a dream board for the things I want to bring into my life. And when I say I make lists, I'm not talking about I make a list of habits I want to change or resolutions. I don't make New Year's resolutions. What I do is I make a list of my dreams. What am I dreaming of bringing into my life? What will bring for me the feelings that I want to feel? And what are some of my wildest and craziest dreams? I give myself permission to ask for what I want. And some of those things don't come true, and some of them do. And I have to say that ever since I started this practice, what I manifest in my life just blows me away constantly. And I know that I am powerful in that way. I know that you're powerful too. And I know that you probably just never felt that you were allowed to do this, that you were allowed to ask for these things. It sounds a little selfish, frankly. But here's what I have to say about that. If my life is full of the abundance that I want to create in my life, then I can help other people create what they want in their lives. I'm sure of that. And that means anybody that I know and can come into contact with and support in some way. If I'm feeling the abundance for myself because I'm calling in what's important to me, then it's so easy to turn and help someone else. So that's what I've done. I started this practice about 5 years ago, and I'd have to say my goal at the time was abundance. It was, my husband had just lost his job. We'd been so stressed for years and years of medical trials and tribulations with one of our kids, and my health was not very good. And I had this creative tsunami that just rushed through me of ideas, and I didn't know what to do with all of them. But I started to focus on a New Year's Eve practice that gave me a focus and an intention for the future. And I asked the universe to help with what I wanted and needed in my life, and I brought it in. And that's what I want to help you do too. And I can't think of a more beautiful opportunity to do it than at my Soul Journey retreat that is coming December 29th to Mendocino County, Northern California. And I hope that you'll look at the rest of this webpage to learn more about it and sign up. Thanks.